Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for another one of our amazing chats. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you don't already know, if you're new, we just want to say that we always start off our chats with what teas we're drinking. But for all you returning folks, thank you so much. And before we get started, we just want to remind you, we would love for you to hit that thumb icon. That shows that you like our videos. And consider subscribing. We'd love for you to subscribe, and you can hit that bell notification below this video. Shows that you'll be the first to be notified when you can watch our chats. And we're going to start with the teas that we're drinking. And obviously you can see that Gloria and I are not together today. So we have two different teas that we're going to be highlighting today. And the tea that I'm drinking is it's an oldie but a goodie, and it's organic licorice root. I was trying to show that. Let's see. Yeah, there you
go. Yes, got it.
And this is by Traditional Medcinals, and we have drank teas from this company many times before. So organic licorice root, and the ingredients are, where are the ingredients? Oh, you know what? I think it's just organic licorice root, because I actually tore off that part that says it. There you go. But I've had it seeping for a bit. I think it's just organic licorice root. So I've had it seeping. So I'm going to do my cheers. Cheers to you, Gloria. Cheers, everyone. And then Gloria's going to say what tea she's drinking today.
Yes, and like Rosetta, I have an oldie but goodie. This is the honey lemon ginseng tea. Okay, now there we go. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
And yes, it is an oldie but goodie. I love it because it's lemons, and it's just, you know, sometimes when you're just chilled to the bone and you just need to be warm, this is a perfect tea for that. The ingredients are green tea, elderberry root, lemon varian, licorice for my girl.
Yeah.
Natural flavor roasted chicory, ginger, orange blossom, dried honey, and Asian ginseng. I love this tea. Cheers.
Cheers again.
Yum. Oh, so like Rosetta said, we're actually going to be revamping a little bit of our beginning. So this is an opportunity for you all to kind of pipe in and tell us what you think, because we always start our chats off with Ellen, and Ellen is off vacationing and retiring, and you know, we will always carry the spirit of Ellen, and it's just like, well, what are we going to do after this? So you think about it, we're going to think about it, and one day you'll get a different task because we will have a new flavor. So let's get started. As always, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who's experiencing challenges right now. We have lots of challenges in the world. We have the war in Ukraine. We have gun violence all over the United States. And we are just holding in high hopes and prayer that we will get to the other side of this, that people will wake up, become more conscious, and we will do some very good things to help each other, improve the quality of lives of our children. That's what's most important, our children. With that in mind, we wanted to talk a little bit more. As we shared with you, our hearts are still just so heavy with everything going on with the Robb Elementary school shooting in Texas. We are learning more and more every day. The fact that we shared last week, the 911 calls, children were in the rooms calling outside to their parents, to the 911 operator saying, help me, please help me. They gave grave details of what was going on inside the room. And the devastating part for me is that they are having to identify the children's bodies by DNA, because the mass shooting was so horrific that it's hard to tell what child was where. And there was a particular incident a teacher, his name is Mr. Ruiz. He had just gone through some training. You know, this is what you do in case of an emergency. And they had told him to have the children lay down and, you know, like pretend like they were asleep. So they got down on the floor like they were getting ready to take a nap. And unfortunately, he says now he doesn't think that was the best thing to do, because he said that he felt it set the children up to be slaughtered because they were just stationary. They weren't running. They were just all laying like they were taking a nap.
Oh my goodness. That just devastates me just listening to that, because you're trained to do that. And when it actually happens, you're following the instructions. And in hindsight, you're looking back, and I'm just wondering, like, did they, during the training, what kind of scenarios did they go through, right?
Right,
To
right.
to say lay on the ground, because I don't know, what scenario would a child just lay on the ground and be still?
Well, some of what they did had to work, because one of the little girls that survived, she said that what happened is after the gunman was shooting, she took the blood of her friends and rubbed it on her body
Right.
so that she would appear to be dead. So in that respect, I guess it kind of worked. But the fact that, you know, he used that AK, which just obliterated those babies' bodies.
Well,
It's at a point like this, and you know, I'm trying to hold back the tears. I believe that the people of Congress should be put in a room, locked in a room, and they should make a video and they should show them these pictures over and over until it sinks into their brains. This is more than politics. This is our future. You're letting people kill our future.
it's crazy to think about that. Like, you're right. These are children, and their bodies are small. And with that
Yeah,
kind of AK, oh my goodness, yeah,
yeah,
it's just so, knowing that they couldn't even identify them because they were so unrecognizable.
yeah,
It just through their DNA, that's all they had was their DNA. That's
yeah.
all that they could figure
And,
out, who was
and
who
there
through
was
the DNA.
yeah, and there was one little girl, and she wore a pair of green tennis shoes with a heart on the right toe. That is how they identified her, because they couldn't from the body. You know, Matthew McConaughey was born and raised in Jubeilee, Texas.
Uvalde,
That
yes.
is like his home base. And so he was up talking about it, and he got emotional as we are emotional today. And, you know, people were like, oh, he's just being an actor. You know, the people on the right who says that guns don't kill people, you know, people kill people, that kind of thinking. And I was watching The View this morning, and Sarah Haynes, she is a mom of little babies, and you got to see what young mothers are thinking. And what I want everybody to do is to take that feeling inside and think about it. And then you see my little tag that said I voted. When it's your chance to get to go to the polls to vote, we have to send these people home. You cannot be representatives of the people if you're not going to listen to us. That gun has to go. And if you believe your check from the NRA is more important, then unfortunately you have to go. We have to protect our babies. We have to.
Yeah, this is not very sad, but it's not something that was just one and done for the year. These
Yeah.
shootings, there have been so many, and there was someone counted between 2000, I have some statistics here, and
Mm-hmm.
it's between 2009 to 2018, there were 288, get this, 288 school shootings between those years. And you know, all the other G7 countries, we're part of the G7 countries, right? But
Right.
the other 7 are combined: Germany, France, UK, Canada, Italy, Japan, and obviously us. But besides us, combined of all the other countries, they've only had 5 shootings between 2009 and 2018. So what does that
Wow.
say about the US? And there have been
Yeah.
27 schools shootings this year with injuries and deaths. And we're
Yeah.
only in June.
Yeah.
So
And at the beginning of June.
beginning of June. And it says the US has surpassed 200 mass shootings this year. This year, meaning when they say mass, it means 4 or more people were shot or killed, excluding the shooter. And in 2021, US ended with 693 mass shootings at the end of 2021. So this really says a lot for the US, because we are able, the amendment says right to bear arms, and people are taking literally that to the fullest extent they can, which is why we're getting all these shootings. And since the Uvalde Robb Elementary shooting, I can't believe every day we've had a shooting. Every day I keep hearing more and more shootings.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
and unfortunately, most of them are children. That's what's so bad. It's, and then they keep saying, oh, it's just a gun. The gun can't do anything. And a friend of mine wrote a letter, and we're going to see if we can get access to that letter for the future, just to talk about the magnitude of the impact of the bullet from an AK versus a handgun. I think sometimes people, have just been desensitized because of, televisions and movies and shows. And they think that, a gunshot is just a little hole. And if they couldn't identify these babies, it has to be way more than just a little hole.
it's an AK. I'm telling you, this has got to stop. And, Washington has a big challenge on their hands, and something's got to
Yeah.
be done. It really does have to be done. And like Gloria said, I agree. They should be put into a room to watch
Yeah.
these over and over
Yeah.
again and see what they think after that. And we need to actually, we've said this before, but even The View mentioned this, that there should be terms put in place
Yes.
so that they can't get,
Yeah.
have a seat and then be there for the rest of their life until health takes them.
Right.
This is not acceptable. It needs to be terms. And hopefully with everything now, they're taking it seriously, because what really struck me was Matthew McConaughey getting up there. I did not know that he was born and raised in Uvalde, did not know.
Right.
And for
I didn't either.
him, yeah, and for him, who is so dearly connected to that small town, it holds a lot of weight, as opposed to if it was another celebrity just out of the blue, right? So we'll
Right.
see. We'll see, as we always say, we'll see what gets done. And we're
Yes.
hoping this time something will be done. But in the past, we're thinking something's going to be done. But I'm really
Yeah.
praying and getting my vibes out there to the universe and to God, and praying that
Yeah.
please let this be the time where something is seriously, seriously done. Because
Yeah.
this can't go on anymore. No more
No.
can it be gone.
No. I
No
mean,
more.
you have professional individuals crying on television. It's hit the magnitude now where it just can't. We can't go back to status quo. And for people who think that we can, in November, we just did a preliminary vote.
Right.
In November, that is when everybody should get up and vote, because we have to let them know we put you there and we can take you out. And you can thump your chest and pretend that you care about me and my children. I don't want to hear it. If this law isn't in place very, very soon, I think we should just start ticking people off the list and sending them home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we're going to watch and see what happens, and just pray. Just really pray hard to God and the universe that something is done this time around.
Absolutely. You know, June is a very special month because it is the beginning of Pride. It is the celebration of the LGBTQ plus.
LGBTQ.
Oh, I forgot the B.
B.
Sorry. LGBTQ plus. I don't want to call it, I've heard some people call it the alphabet people. I don't want to do that. I always want to honor them by saying LGBTQ plus. To just acknowledge their individual entities. So just before I get into that, I also wanted to say in May, I forgot, it was Carnival. I loved going to San Francisco to Carnival, watching the guys with the headrest and my husband, like the girls with the feathers. And I got to watch a little bit of it on television, and it was just beautiful to see the people out. We're now going into June, which is a celebration of this community, and I'm sure there will be all kinds of events. Rosetta and I used to love going to an event in San Jose every year. It was up at the Capitol Club, and the music was bumping, the food was good, the cocktails were good, the ambiance was good.
The people
it was just
were good.
The people were good, good looking. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was just all around fun. So we are looking for that type of celebration to come back, and for people to feel safe and to know that it's a celebration of life. We've had a lot of devastation, and we're looking forward to it. And as events and things come up, if we hear about it, we'll let you know. But it's for the entire month of June. So Sunday was the MTV Movie and TV Awards.
I missed that.
You'll have to go back and watch it. There were some highlights, like I never knew who Awkwafina was until Crazy Rich Asians. That is one of my favorite go-to movies. I love how on the weekends they play them on 2 channels back to back, and I can watch them back to back to back. Not as much as my husband. He can narrate. He can tell you what the characters are going to say. Oh, we love that movie. And we love Awkwafina, her personality. And so she had the pleasure of presenting Jack Black with it was the Comic Genius Award. And he tumbled in to receive the award.
Oh,
he tumbled. Yes, I mean, he's not a little tiny guy, but he was tumbling, and he was just so excited, and he was so grateful for the
nice. I haven't heard or seen from Jack Black in a while.
No, because once he started doing the little caricature movies, I can't think of the name of the character, but the panda,
Kung Fu Panda.
Yes. So when he started doing those, he kind of like stopped, but they went through and they showed all his movies, animations as well as physical. And I love him as Shallow Hal. I love that movie.
Shallow Hal.
Yes, if only people could just see the good. And that's what his heart did, when he was, hit in the head and sort of hypnotized.
And I liked him in School of Rock.
Oh yes, and that's what they showed him, and the music, all the kids in the behind the scene. So he's done some great work. J-Lo won an award for her latest song. She did a song for the movie.
Marry Me.
Marry Me. And she received an award for that. She also received a Lifetime Award. And one of the things that I was, there are aspects of J-Lo that I think, wow, she is just so awesome. But every now and then you think, are you a diva? Because there are certain things and certain ways she likes stuff. Well, since she's been back with Ben Affleck, I've noticed some of her conversations have shifted a little bit. And she thanked the people who told her she could never do the things she's doing. They basically told her to go home, you'll never be a star. You'll never be able to sing. You're an okay dancer. You should just dance for the rest of your career. And she said she thanked them because she said without them telling her what she couldn't do, she doesn't think she would have kept going to get to where she is today. So that was, those were my two big highlights of the event. I thought it was just amazing to see a 50-plus-year-old woman and a 50-plus-year-old man being celebrated by the MTV community. I thought that was
Oh,
pretty.
that's great. And I do have it recorded, so I will be watching it.
Yay! Yay! Also, I think this season of America's Got Talent is going to be very interesting. Rosetta and I were gooing last week over one of the performers. And last night, there was a little girl named Maddie. And Maddie was there with her dad, Chris. And Maddie has been going there since she was 4. And she's 11 now, so 7 years. And what she wanted to do was to be given an opportunity to try out. Well, she didn't qualify for whatever reason to do that. And I didn't know this, but periodically through the show, during the commercial breaks, the judges leave and then they just walk around with the mic and they let people in the audience sing.
Oh.
So they let this guy sing, and he did his little jazzy thing and everybody's like, oh, that's kind of cute. And Maddie was behind stage and one of the producers took her out and put her in the chair of where the guy that has the mic is looking. This little girl stands up and he's like, do you want to sing? And she goes, yes. He goes, you're going to sing? She goes, yes. And she's a little girl, she's 11. And she sang Amazing Grace. You got chills. You felt the emotion, the whelm of, oh my God, this baby. Simon had left. Simon comes back out. Howie was sitting there and Howie tells, the girls, he's like, who is that? They turn around, they see her in the audience. The audience starts saying, let her sing, let her sing. So Simon comes over to her and he's like, hello, and he asks her name and how old she is. And, he's like, so you want to try out? And she said, yes. And so he asked her, he says, if you were to win the $1 million, what would you do with it? And she said, my dad is sick.
Oh.
My dad has stage 4 colon cancer.
God.
And she taught herself how to sing because she would sing to her dad during chemo and radiation and all of that. The father says he's doing much better. And I was just like, oh my God. So when she said that and she started singing, everybody was just like, oh my God. So then it comes down to the voting and all of that. And I think Heidi gives her first yes. It goes over to Howie. And, the people are going, golden button, golden buzzer, golden. And Howie's like, okay. He goes, okay. He gets up, he walks over and he gives her the golden buzzer. It was just, everybody was emotional. And it's when you see that, that's what our country's about. All this evil and killing, that's not who we are. So it was amazing.
Yeah, last week was pretty amazing. And just the yesterday one, I did not watch it, too busy doing other things, but I will definitely watch it because, yeah, I do like good singers and the story sounds very, very touching.
Her voice is amazing. Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch it and I'm going to have to report back.
Excellent. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about the Queen. Her Platinum Jubilee was over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. She made an appearance on the first day, took the next couple of days off, but then on the closing event, we got an opportunity to see her. One of the highlights for me was the concert. I love me some Diana Ross, and Diana Ross did her thing. Andre Bocelli, oh my God, was amazing. Elton John, Duran. It was just amazing. And one of the things I always love is, as a mom, you know, any child can have a moment. And little Louis, he tried to steal the whole event. The very first day when they honored the queen, they made the shape of 7-0 for her 70 years on the throne. They did flybys. He grabbed his little ears and, you know, he did different things. And it was just, you know, he's just being a kid. And then at the concert, I think he went beyond. He went from just being a cute little kid to coming off like he's just a little bratty boy. He took and put his thumb to his nose and wiggled at his mom. He, you know, he wasn't having it. And I thought to myself, you don't realize you're a future king. You know, you're just a baby having a baby moment. And people were talking about it. And it's like back in the day, what they would have done is after his first little outburst, he wouldn't have been a part of the rest of the celebration. So his mom, Kate, she was giving him the benefit of the doubt. But I know if the cameras had not been on them, she'd have had a few choice words.
Yeah, the whole celebration was, I wish I was in London to see this because I felt very homesick.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about the UK when it comes to being patriotic. And they really do put on a good show. And I just wish I was there. And I miss it. I miss all the little things about being in the UK, from the atmosphere to the decorations to the food to all the like just the marketing going on, like all the leading up to it. I would have loved to be there to see that. And yeah, my favorite truly was the concert. The concert was spectacular. How they
Yes.
did the lighting of the Buckingham Palace, how they projected
Yes.
onto Buckingham Palace as a mural. That was
Yeah.
amazing. I was just wondering how they did that.
And all those
And
people, you know, the
yes,
people and all the screens on the side and how they teared down.
yes, they did a really, really good job. And my favorites were also not only Diana Ross, but you know who I really loved was, and I've never seen them in concert. And I said, if they ever come back to the Bay Area, I'm going to see them. Is Adam Lambert and Queen. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes.
He put on a show,
Yes.
theatrics and everything. You should have seen
Yes.
him dancing and doing he looked like he was on Broadway doing some kind of theatrical, the way that he would, you know, do his facial expressions and his hands
Yes.
and everything, and just out
Yes.
there being Adam Lambert as his usual amazing self. His voice was
Yes.
spectacular. I loved that. Andrea Bocelli was amazing. I loved Andrew Lloyd Webber, who came on with what's the guy that did Hamilton? Now I forget.
Oh,
Manuel.
yeah,
Um,
Manuel.
yes, Manuel. I know it's 3 words his name, but he came on.
Is it like Louis K? No, I know it rolls together.
Luis Manuel or whatever.
Yes.
We'll find it out. But he came on, the guy that wrote Hamilton, and he changed the words of Hamilton to make it reflect the Platinum Jubilee. I love that. And then they
Yeah.
had Andrew Lloyd Webber snippets of well, first they had Hamilton, a snippet of Hamilton, and then they had the West End shows. They did they did Lion King, and then they did what did they do? Oh, Phantom of the Opera was amazing.
Yes.
And then they did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And what I loved was that it was the original Joseph, Jason Donovan, from way
Wow.
back when. It was absolutely amazing. So that was really nice to see. And then at the end, what I really loved, oh my God, that Lion King. I'm telling you, everybody, Lion
Yes.
King is my best musical to date out of every single musical I've seen. And I would love to see it again. But it's just that really great, the music is spectacular and the way it was sung was amazing. But for them
Yes.
all to come together was just, yeah, I'm telling you, that concert, I could watch it over and over again, just different parts of it. I wasn't
Yeah.
too thrilled about Duran Duran. They're kind of like, they didn't even play their like most popular songs, which was
No.
kind of disappointing. That was kind of boring. And then Rod Stewart, he's telling you, I loved him when he was in his heydays, his
Right.
height. and he was good for many years after that, but he's just can't sing. His voice, it's
Yeah.
gone. He can't sing
Yeah.
anymore. So yeah. And I liked Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran was really great. They did Ed Sheeran. And then, yes, Diana Ross, she was
Yes.
amazing. And for all you people that are saying, how dare they bring Diana Ross? She's not British, blah, blah, blah. And she was lip
Well,
syncing it. I'm like, no, she wasn't.
no,
And
she wasn't.
she looked fabulous,
Yeah.
fabulous for her age. So I really
Yes.
liked it. Opening act was Adam Lambert and Queen, and closing was Diana Ross. I was about to
Yes.
say Lady Diana, but I
Yeah.
wish she was
Well,
there.
she's been around because at first I thought, why Diana? And then I thought, well, Diana Ross is, what is she? She's 78 and with the Queen. So the Queen kind of grew up listening to Diana Ross and the Supremes. So then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And before I forget, his name is Lin-Manuel
Miranda. There you go. See?
Yes.
Oh, I had it on the tip of my, it's so
I
annoying
know.
when you remember
I
and
knew
you
it
forget.
flowed. I knew the name, it would flow together.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. There you go. I loved it. He flew all the way from the US, and he's basically like equivalent to Andrew Lloyd Webber, because he wrote many musicals and Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote all those musicals, which I love. And you know what? Throughout the whole ceremony, I know the British people didn't like it, but I loved seeing a little bit of Meghan and Harry when they came. I thought that was really great.
Yes. That was the one thing that I was a little disappointed that there wasn't more of. And that was, everywhere we looked, we saw William and Kate and the kids. And it would have been really cool, even if they didn't show us them active, if they had taken a picture of all the great grandkids together playing, because kids don't care about your drama. That's my cousin. It would have been nice to see maybe the Queen holding Lilibet, her namesake. When they went into the church, and the way they set it up was Meghan and Harry went first. Prince Harry and Meghan went first, and then Prince Charles and his wife,
Camilla,
and then Prince William and his wife. So they broke them up, and then the way they seated them so far apart, it's like, we the people know that you're not fond and loving of them. You didn't have to do that. And it also, I heard that there was a little bit of because whenever Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan showed up, the people would applaud. So you can play games if you want. People still are going to love them for who they are.
Yeah, you'll always get people. You always get haters, and you'll always get lovers.
Yes.
But I'm glad they did show up, and I'm glad the Queen got to see Lilibet, which is really great. Otherwise, she wouldn't have, right? Because this is the first time since her birth that she's seen, and it was on her first birthday, right?
That's right. Yes, she actually turned 1 year old. So that part, because at the end of the day, all this other stuff, it doesn't matter. It's who do you love and who loves you, and that's the most important thing. And if you can just, Madam Queen, if you can just figure that out. Someone said something to me, Rosetta, and I was like, what does that mean? And they said that the Queen, she only has power if something, goes really awry. But other than that, it's that group that kind of controls everything.
It's called the Firm.
The Firm.
The Firm has a lot of say, and I'm pretty sure the Firm are the people that actually chose all who came on the concert, who performed at the concert. And before I forget, Alicia Keys was amazing as well at the concert. We missed her.
Yes, she was. I know. How could I forget her? She did a great job.
So the Firm, they're the ones, because do you remember when she did the interview with Oprah Winfrey, she talked about the Firm as well.
Yes. I just think that, if I was 96 and I knew how much my people loved me, the Firm would have a problem, because I'd tell them I could have dementia any second now and just blurt out anything, because I just think that she's missing a great opportunity to bond her family before she makes her transition.
Well,
by the grace of God, I hope she'll, live a few more years, because all of this crap, and let me tell you something, all of the things that came out behind Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan and little Archie, about skin tone and all of that, I keep telling everyone, you have got to let go of this crap. We are one human race. We're human beings. That's it. The color, the texture, the hair, all that doesn't matter. Like we Black girls know, you just buy a wig. You don't like the way your hair look, you go and you press it. You don't like it pressing on curls, you get a perm. You just don't worry about stuff like that.
Well, I think that the majority of the people were kind of annoyed, the British
people
population, because Meghan came in as an American celebrity. She was just an actress, right? Who is she?
Mm-hmm.
And she's here, she's coming into the royal family. Who is she? American person. So they were kind of like annoyed, some people, that she would just stroll in and just think she could fit right on in with the royal family. But I think for people like me, I think I'm more forward than that. I don't think I'm like caring. I just care about, like we all say, just about if you're a good person and what you're doing while you're within the royal family, because they were doing a lot of good things, Harry and Meghan, after they got married. And it was a shame that the direction didn't go as expected. Right.
I just think they're missing a great opportunity, because they are just so cute. I love seeing people who love each other.
Yeah.
They don't stop and pose for a picture. He extends his hand, she catches his hand. I mean, it's just so sweet. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different from how Prince William and Princess Kate Middleton acts. I mean, they do, but you don't see that. I'm sure they love each other a lot, but you don't see that open affection in the public.
Yeah, it just oozes out of Prince Harry.
Yes.
It just, and maybe Prince William thinks he has to be more staunch, to be more royal. However,
stiff upper lip, as they say. Hold that stiff upper lip.
Life's too short for stiff upper lip.
But all in all, the Platinum Jubilee was very good, and excited. I was excited to watch it. So that was that. And if you watched it, what did you think? Comment below. Tell us what you thought.
Yes, we'd love to hear. So I had been, seeing advertisement on Good Morning America. I even heard Joy talk a little bit about it on The View. Martha Stewart, the infamous Martha Stewart. As we know, she has a huge ranch. She has like 5 mega barns. She has all kinds of animals. She has peacocks. One of the things I love are peacocks. And I always think it's interesting that the male peacocks are the ones with the big pretty feather.
Yes, I know. You would think that would be the girls, right?
You would, but it's not. So what Martha does is she gets in her little golf cart and she rides around and she goes, walk, and they go, walk, and they do this back and forth. And she looks at the camera and she's like, yeah, we talk to each other. So she had decided that she was going to sell off some merchandise she closed down a couple of retail locations. She had a big, huge store in Manhattan. And with COVID and all of this, she decided to shut it down. She closes it down. And anytime she closes something, she just ships the merchandise to her property. It's big enough to hold it. It's not like, it's out in the rain. So she did a red tag sale. Rosetta, if it wasn't COVID and if we weren't all locked down, you and I would have been on a plane, girl.
Well, I would have been then. I didn't know anything about it until you told me recently. So that's exciting. And she had, like you said, she had like tents and tents of all her things.
Yes, because when she closed everything down, like she used to have a TV show. So all the merchandise that she used on the TV show, she sold. All of the appliances. I mean, she had canoes, and she's like, you can't sell that canoe, but you can sell those too. I'm like, who needs 4 canoes? I mean, things like that. She has the show with Snoop, all of the different appliances that they use when they cook food. She was selling all of that. And for me, she had a little Louis Vuitton suitcase, luggage, little roller. Oh my God. I saw that. And I told my husband, I said, that would be mine. And he goes, I know. And it was only $3,500. And if you're there, could you imagine? And you say, would you sign it for me? It would be invaluable. So she only did that one. Joy and Sunny from The View went. And Joy, she goes, Martha, who would have ever known that Martha Stewart is a high class hoarder? Because she just had, I mean, like sets of china, like 100 different sets, 100 different patterns. She had glassware, she had flatware. I mean, she had so much. And the first day, I think they did like a walkabout. So like Kris Jenner couldn't make it, but she called and she says, hey, Martha, remember the thing that you had at the dinner party? She goes, I want those. So people that know her and who had the opportunity of being in her life, they knew certain things that were in those tents that were just invaluable. You know, like she had, I don't know what you call them. They're the square knives, you know, when you hack, you know, like when you're cutting through bone. She had her father's set. Yes, she had her father's cleavers and she sold them. And I mean, she would say like the weight, you can't buy. And that was the biggest part of this. It wasn't just that it was a cleaver. It was her father's cleaver, or it was a cleaver that was 50 years old, but the metal went all the way through the wood. So therefore it would never break, things like that. So she raised, and everything that she sold went to charity. I thought that was just such a blessing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Everyone wanted her to do another one. So I don't know if she will, but if you all were closer or you know someone who went, comment below and let us know. And if you hear she's going to do it again, please let us know.
Wait, so she lives in, where does she live? Was it in, it's not in the Hamptons, right? No, is it Martha's Vineyard? Is that where Martha's Vineyard?
Well, no, she had property in Martha's Vineyard that she shut down. The Hamptons, she had a house, she shut down. So she was flying merchandise from all over the place.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that would have been a sight for sore eyes. And then that which episode did they talk about it on The View, right? You said, because Sunny went, because I'd like to see that episode on The View. I didn't know that they talked about that.
I will see if I can find it. It was like around the it was the week of the 25th.
May. So that was like a couple weeks ago then.
Oh yeah, it just happened. Oh no.
So she just had it a couple weeks ago. I thought it was just this past weekend.
And
okay.
Yes, but I'll also see if I can find it for you, because that was fun.
Oh, that was I'm interested in seeing. I'm sure I could look it up, Google it or something.
We will definitely do some investigating and keep you all informed. And if you know of something or hear of something, let us know. And my brain, I think she's like in, I know I hear them say things like outskirt New York. So I don't know if that's New York, New Jersey, but yeah. I know the property. Oh my God, the property was so beautiful. I mean, man-made lakes that's filled with fish. So if she wanted fresh fish, she would go out and catch the fish. It's just really cool to live like that. Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. So as you can see, I voted on. We had our preliminary voting in the local Bay Area yesterday. Our main election, as in the rest of the country, will be in November. And the reason that I just wanted to highlight is right now, our percentage levels are very low. They don't know if that's because everybody mailed in their ballots. So it's going to take a while to count everything. And hopefully we will figure out that more people showed up than they thought, but they're saying numbers like 18%. I can't believe that Californians are so happy with everything going on right now that only 18% of us went and voted yesterday. That just doesn't make sense. However, there's lots of mail-in ballots. So we'll let you know in a few weeks how California did, as well as there are lots of votes throughout the country, because I just want in November, everybody, like Whoopi said, get up off your butt and vote. People, I want you to really listen to me. if we all decide that everyone in office is a person that respects a woman's right of choice, is a person that believes in gun safety, and if they don't, we can send them home. The politicians will stop being cowboys and cowgirls, and they will realize that that is a job and they are working for us. And if we're not happy, they're fired. Vote, please vote.
Exactly. Just going to say the same thing. Vote, vote, vote.
Yes, got to make a change. And if you have a child, know a child, see a child, you should be motivated to vote right now. So here in the Bay Area, our little last topic of the day, COVID. We are seeing COVID numbers going up. Luckily, by the grace of God, people are not going to the hospital and getting seriously sick. I had a virtual meeting on Tuesday, yesterday, and there were 14 participants, and of the 14, 5 had COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's moving pretty fast. Now, most of them had traveled. One was a bride who just got back from her honeymoon. One had just gotten back from Romania. One had just returned from Italy. So there were reasons, but still, that's a lot. That's a lot of sick people.
I know someone that got COVID after going to an outdoor concert.
Outdoor?
Yes, outdoor concert. So that's pretty scary if you ask me. Outdoors. So I know if I'm going to go traveling, which I will be doing soon, I'm going to be trying to wear my mask if I don't know people in enclosed spaces.
Right.
I try not to be enclosed really in like spaces that aren't bright and airy and have air and stuff. But I will be wearing a mask.
Well, I didn't know that someone outside got COVID. So I think one of the things is I have my mask and I always wear a mask. I just think I've kind of gotten a little, I'll put it on my wrist, I hang it on my ear. I think I'm going to pay a little bit more attention because I didn't know about the outdoor concert. That's
well,
I
think maybe because they were, when you go to concerts, you're with friends and you're in close proximity to them.
Yeah. And you're screaming.
Right. Yeah. So you're talking to each other in close proximity, you're screaming, you're singing, you're happy, la-di-da, all that. So I'm thinking it's got to do with the amount of time they spent together and how much they were talking and in close proximity.
Right.
Yeah.
You also said that you had heard about a possible extension of the standard.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Of the Moderna. Moderna is actually one of the ones that are, let me find this article here. It says Moderna is they actually are going to have this new booster because I know that we've got 2 right so far. A lot of people took the first booster, but not everyone. I haven't taken the second booster, and I think I'm going to do that very soon. But it says Moderna says there's a new booster which is stronger and protects against Omicron. So I just want to read a little bit about what they say. It says here, a redesigned version of Moderna's COVID-19 booster appears stronger, a protection against the Omicron variant than its current vaccine. And it says the company said that it's also found that it is designed to target both the Omicron variant and the original coronavirus strains in a single shot. And it says, let's see, increased in neutralizing antibody levels according to the company. The updated vaccine also increased antibody levels against all other known variants of concern, which I'm quite happy to hear. Right?
Yes.
And then it says Moderna has called the Omicron, it's called bivalent, Bivalent, bivalent vaccine. It's lead candidate for this fall. So this fall, they're not exactly sure when it's going to come out, but they're hoping this fall. So the new shot, they said that it's tested in a phase 2 to 3 clinical trials of 437 people at 50 micrograms, the same dosage given to the current booster shot. So,
wow.
So yeah, so it's coming, and hopefully we will get it sooner than later. And if
Yeah,
it does what it says it's going to do, and it can protect you against all these other said variants, then I'm happy. I'm going to be taking it. So be on the lookout if you've heard anything, about this Moderna more, or if you
yeah,
have the inside scoop. We'd love for you to, make a comment and tell us, let us know what you think.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, even though we didn't kick it off talking a whole lot about our girl Alan, she always tells us that she feels the love in the room and she sends it back out to everyone. Rosetta and I are very, very grateful for the opportunity to share our view of life and what's going on. And I know sometimes it may appear as if, those girls are heavy. However, I want you to always know that we will be authentic. We're not paid by anybody. This is our own individual personality, our own opinions. So when we are talking about something, it's because it resonates with one of us, both of us, and it touches our hearts.
And we
And
think
we
it's
hope you,
something of importance, right? Which is why
yes,
we talk about the different.
yes. I can't tell you how important a woman's choice is to me, because I know what will happen if women do not have right of choice. And, that is why we sometimes, our conversations, we always try and put a little levity in them. Sometimes our conversation gets a little deep. It's only because we love you. We hope you feel the love. We send it back to you. Please go out and share it with the world. Through love, we can fix a lot of things that are wrong with the world now. A lot of the people in Congress, they need a hug. They don't know what true love is. They only know what is bought love, bought affection, bought attention.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel the same. And if you were to meet your maker tomorrow, how would you feel about how you lived your life? That's what you all should be thinking about, instead of running around here naysaying all this crap.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, we're just very passionate about our different topics that we talk about. But we really thank you for sticking with us and joining us for our chats. And I've been drinking my tea. Cheers. Love my
Dude,
licorice tea.
I love my tea. I love my
Yep.
tea.
Yep. Yep. And we love you too. And don't forget, if you liked our video, we'd love for you to hit that thumb icon. Please consider subscribing to our channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos. We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. And
And
remember
remember
to
to always
always keep
keep
smiling.
smiling.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye now.
Bye.